Hello guys, can you hear me?
थोड़ा कम है सर आवाज।
यार पता नहीं यार Zoom में कुछ मुझे इशू हो रहा है।
अब नॉर्मल है।
Wait a minute. अभी आवाज सही है?
यस सर।
Yeah, you can guys can hear me properly, right? Just a minute, guys. Just a minute. I don't know. There is some issue with the laptop today. Well, let's begin. Let me know when you guys can see my screen. You guys see my screen?
यस सर।
Good. अब मेरी सेटिंग लैब भी अपडेट होने पे ना सारी मेरी सेटिंग की माँ बहन हो गई है। या सो गाइस क्या लगता है अब आगे क्या होगा? एनी क्लूज, एनीवन, एनी थॉट्स? Any view on the market? Come
ये
on,
तो
anyone? Yeah,
रेंज बाउंड जैसा लग रहा है।
Okay, anyone else?
रेंज बाउंड की उम्मीद है आशुतोष।
Okay. What is the range?
बैंक निफ्टी अगर हम देखें तो 38,500 से और 39,200-300 के बीच में।
Nifty is the only one which is a bit, still dicey. rest things are very clear with banks थोड़ा अलग space में है. But anyway, चलो देखते हैं. So if you see US market, it has seen quite a selling from the highs. Yeah, a lot of selling it has witnessed. Even if you see on the daily chart, you will find a selling with good volumes has taken place on that. Yeah, and if you look at it, looks like this was the primary move and this was the pullback, जो कि is in 1, 2, 3 waves. So pullback is complete and now it is again coming down. Okay. Now the problem is here you cannot directly say that this move will continue till here. Yeah. This formation is still bearish in nature, though you see in good buying at the lower levels also, still this is a bearish formation because this candle, if you see, it opens lower, closes lower than the previous one. So it's a bearish trend. So for next 1 or 2 days, I'll still expect US market to do bad in terms of means it should perform badly, it should go down. Okay. And so if this the low of last week goes, then we can expect it to again test the lower levels. Yeah, so the view on US market will remain negative. Yeah, last last time when we discussed, it was a positive, it went up. 3 days it rose, 2 days it fell. Yes, that and actually it was positive as we discussed, but now for this week the view is negative on US market. Yeah. If you see other US indices, Dow Jones, if you see very similar structure, again it is negative, this should again come down. Okay, so again on this also the view remains negative. Okay, this is again a bearish formation. You know, it's just a bear and then a consolidation, and then you should see another bear. That's how it should be. Then after that, you see Nasdaq. Nasdaq also, this is the trend line, you know, the channel line, you can say. Again, it has broken that. Looks bearish because again, this you see 1, 2, 3 move is completed. This is 1, 2, and the third will come down. Now, the only thing which is not sure is in all of these will fall, but will they test the earlier low or will they, you know, end the correction before that? That is something which you cannot tell right now. But all of them look bearish as of now. Will they form a new low or not? That we don't know. Okay, that you will know only with time. Okay, but as of now, you cannot say by looking at chart that a new low will come. The only thing you can say is that yeah, it will be bearish for the next few days, both of them. Even if you see weekly chart, all you can gaze is just there has been selling and that trend should continue on the downside, but whether that will come and make a new low, break this one, is not something you can say by just looking at this chart. There is not that much information yet available. Yeah, and even this being a very strong demand zone, this area, the expectation is that it should only test this and not break below that. Because if it breaks below that, then there will be a bigger dip that will come, and I don't see any reason why it should be there. Yeah. Then if you start looking at the European market, so European market, we see clearly range bound, upper range, lower range, midway. This is one small zone. इसको भी हटा देते हैं, unimportant as of now. Okay, it is currently at a slower range. Now, since US will dip, it might dip a little bit, might touch this lower range of this zone, and then again bounce back. So again on the Europe, just looking like a sideways market, नीचे ऊपर, buy here, sell here, buy here, sell here. That's how. Yeah, so this looks sideways to positive. Okay, I just put it orange, not green, because of decline in US. This might show a gap down. It might show a break of this line, which will be a false breakdown mostly, and not will actually uh, be something to go short for. Yeah. Same if you see UK. Again, doing nothing much. You can just expect it to kind of test this area, not more than that. Okay, you just can see that yes, there is a some kind of a supply zone here, and there is some kind of a demand zone near this level. That's it. Apart from that, so unless these two zones are crossed, there won't be any kind of a trending move. So that's also you put it in a sideways. Euro stocks, if you see, very similar. It's very closer to its demand zone. Okay, might see a little bit of dip on say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then by the end of the week again everything starts looking positive. So there's again sideways to upward by the end of the week. I'm expecting. Then in Asia, if you start looking at China, so China is still holding on near its demand zone. This candle that has formed in this week is a kind of a signal for a bullish reversal. I mean, if this candle would have formed anywhere else, I would have not been bullish. Okay, but a bullish candle forming near, demand zone in a range should give you an idea that you should try to look for longs. Okay, so this is a candle which kind of shows that the move is kind of done and it should now go up. Now, if it goes below this, then yeah, in that case you see a fall. But right now, mostly seems like in the decline in US markets might cause a little bit of down move, can come again now to test this demand zone and then eventually move up. I'm not looking for a breakdown again. If there is a breakdown, mostly it would end up as a false breakdown. So this should again be sideways to up. Yeah. Hang Seng, if you see clearly, it has reversed. Okay, a higher top, higher bottom has formed already. Up move should be in three way. 1, 2 has done. Third is on the way. Looks very bullish, clearly bullish. Yeah. Nikkei, if you see, very similar. You see, so you see Nikkei is in kind of a advanced zone. So what you are expecting in China, something like this in Nikkei. So China maybe ho sakta you can get a dip, and then the dip is bought just like you see in Nikkei. So last week I discussed this. I said if there is a drop, it will be a fake one, and that's what happened. Similar things should happen in China. Similar things should happen in DAX. Okay, DAX also, if you see it's here, there might be a dip, but that dip will eventually be bought. It won't continue. Mostly it will be a fake breakdown. So Nikkei now looks good. This move down trapped a lot of shorts, and then this up move would pain all the shorts, and they are all anyway now worried. And one up move now above this high of the last week's high will cause a massive rally, and this will start now the bull run that we are expecting. And Nikkei, once it starts, Nikkei kind of is the market which always runs ahead of everything else. Okay, so looking at Nikkei, you can get an idea about what other markets will do in near future. So this kind of gives us an idea that that the down move is almost kind of completed. In our market, mostly results and all are coming, so you're not actually seeing any kind of clear-cut trend. But one thing you can expect from here now onwards, that you might not see a new low. The low has already formed, and that is it. And from now on, if even there is a dip, it should mostly be an opportunity to buy. Yeah. Clear, guys? Any questions on this? Any of the indices? चलो अब डॉलर देखते हैं. अब डॉलर में देखो, डॉलर is following this trend channel, which is, and it kind of, if you see daily chart, it broke below this channel. Now what has happened in past also, it has broken once and then it continued the trend uptrend. But this time when it has broken, okay, this candle are very different. This candle shows a little selling pressure on the highs, which is a sign of weakness. So even if dollar goes up, unless and until it crosses, this level of 96.3, you will not look to buy. And seems like dollar has made its long-term top, and now the long-term bear rally in dollars should continue, and that will coincide with the long-term bull rally in equity. That was the reason I asked you all to, create the portfolio I showed you guys. So now is the time to get long in equities. If you are not sure about stocks, put your money in mutual funds and all, and forget it for 2 years, 3 years down the line. Yeah. So and that should give a good return. So dollar now, a long-term view is now negative for me. Okay, I look to always short dollar. That's how the dollar chart is turning out to be. Bond yields also, if you see, has kind of reached its top, and so should now continue to fall again, very in line with our expectation. Yields should now continue to decline from now on. This is now if it makes a new high, it will continue to go up. But if dollar is falling and other things are also signaling buy, you should not give that much importance in that case to yields. Okay, that everything has its importance in context of the market right now. This is not something which is very important to guide you. You can actually ignore the whole yield thing right now. Yeah, just focus on the dollar part. On the commodities section, if you look, just see it, gold. The gold, kind of, just doing a zigzag kind of movement, sideways movement. Okay. Now I was expecting that gold will first come to this trend line, go up, and then come down. But seems like gold will sooner or later, this is a wedge kind of formation happening. Sooner or later will break this lower range and will fall. Right now on gold, I don't have any kind of a clear cut view. Okay, I have just kept it sideways because it's in a very sideways kind of market. But what I am looking at is mostly gold should, end up breaking the lower range now instead of going up, which was something which I expected earlier. I don't think that's going to happen. Mostly gold should now break this lower range and continue going downwards. So instead of this up move, it should mostly continue now downwards. So that's the expectation. Let's see. Yeah, not very clear right now on gold. So I put it on the sideways side. Crude, you see, crude has clearly given a breakout. Okay, momentum is also good, rising. So from here, if you see here from the RSI till here, this whole move has no divergences. This whole move, there is no divergence. So it's a clear, very strong up move which has come. Looks like it will continue. And this is again a good sign for the equity market because this shows activities in the commercial space picking up, and which is good for business. Yeah, so crude still remains, still remain bullish on crude. You see there is no divergence from this, even on the daily chart. From here till here, there is no divergence whatsoever on this chart. So looks very strong for another up move. Continue. If anyone trades in crude, they can go long. Very similar with other commodities. Even you see aluminum looks very good for a new high now. Okay, so and if it crosses the earlier high of 260, then you can expect a much bigger move to come. Yeah, on this, even if you see on the RSI chart, you see there is the kind of a breakout of this which shows strength in this up move which has come from here. Clear, guys? Any questions until now?
Can you take a look at rubber also, if possible?
पर का ये डेटा ही नहीं देते हैं इसलिए I don't look at it. But rubber doesn't look good. Looking negative, which is again good for tire stocks and things like that. It's not a very good chart, to do anything. You see, it's so much not a good chart. Yeah. Looks negative, but yeah, not a very good chart. ये MCX का actually data है rubber का. देखो है ना MCX का, रबर एक्चुअली अगर देखना है तो फिर looks negative, but not a very good chart to get any kind of an idea. Anyway, so let's move to Forex. Okay. Now you see this move down, it looks very negative, but again, now we are expecting Japan to go up, we are expecting USD to go down. So in that case, unless and until on JPI USD, you see last to last week's low gone. You should now look to remain bullish and you should look to buy, but where will you buy? Only above this level. So this should become your no trading zone. Above this buy, below this sell. Okay, so right now you will just be sideways, it will be the view. Euro USD, very strong move, reverses, and this is what it should happen in JPY USD also. This is what will happen. So, जो Euro USD में already हो चुका है, something like that you will see in JPY USD also. So now clearly this is reversed. Okay, good trap. This was the trend line, broke, lot of people trapped, and the good reversals. This is like correction is almost over. Okay, and very bullish Euro USD. Euro is going to be strong, which is again another indication that dollar is going to get weak. So you guys should focus on all the Tata stocks. Euro pound also see one higher top, higher bottom formation. Again, so these things are good for Tata JLR. So Tata JLR is a company which will benefit hugely, and Tata Motors. Both of them will benefit hugely because of this up move in pound, which is going to come for next few years. Yeah. So you should look to buy Tata Motors, Tata JLR, and all that. Keep it in your portfolio. They will triple almost. Yeah. USD INR again, if you see. So you saw Bank Nifty dipping on the last few days. That was only because of this dip. Yeah. Now, again, this is a higher top, higher bottom formation. So right now, just like in Bank Nifty, you're seeing, you buy, if it goes above this line, you sell, if it goes below this line. Okay. Now with USD dipping, mostly this whole formation, which is this, if you just see these two, this much of the candle, you forget all this. You just look at only this part of the formation. This can also be a part of 1, 2, and a 3. Yeah. And this part looks very bearish in nature. So mostly the outlook or the possibility is this lower level will be placed and USD INR will fall, which will again give strength to the banks. So let's see what happens as per. That's the reason we even on banks we have two levels marked, below which it will be bearish, above which it will be bullish. So very much in line with what you are seeing on the USD INR. My expectation right now it will be bearish. Okay, mainly because dollar is clearly looking very weak. Okay, so because of that, you can expect this to slide down and giving us strength to our equity market, especially banks, financials, all these sectors. Any question, guys? चलो बढ़िया। हाँ जी, तो अब बताओ निफ्टी में क्या हो रहा है?
सर बेरिश लग रहा है देखने पे तो।
Okay, anyone else?
Currently तो range bound है.
What is the range, Neela?
So that would be between 17,790 and the demand zone below, which is around 16,841.
Yes, correct. So see, whenever you see this kind of candle, this is to trap bulls, this is to trap, this is to trap bears, this is to trap bulls. In such a place, again, you see a move in the direction of the last candle mostly. So in this case, mostly it should be upwards, okay? But you'll take a position only if this side goes. So again, in this reason, you don't take any kind of a swing trade. You usually try to take intraday trades one day at a time. And only once one of these, levels go, then you decide. So if the upper level goes, you go long, lower one goes, you go short. But between this level, it's kind of just a range, so if you see even on a higher time frame, you'll just see that this is one range, one big range. Just imagine how the candle will look like. It will be like high, low, and this is the body, right? On a high time frame, if you see a 2-week candle, how will it look like? So it's just a range, and in the range, you trade only at the top, at the bottom, or on the breakouts. So in a range, you always sell at the top, buy at the bottom, or you buy on or sell on the breakouts. So this is a range right now. Can you guys imagine like how will it look on a 2-week candle? How will this candle look?
स्पिनिंग टॉप होगा ना?
क्या होगा?
Spinning top रहेगा.
देखो 2 वीक में आपको ये ऐसा दिखेगा ये कैंडल. बना के दिखाता हूँ. अगर ये दोनों कंबाइन करो तो ये आपका ओपन था वीक का, राइट? और ये वीक और ये है आपका क्लोज. This is how your, and it will be red because, so this is how your 2-week candle will look like, right? This was the open, this was the close, high and low. And what is this candle?
ड्रैगन फ्लाई है ना तो.
This is a bullish candle, but it's just representing a range, right? On such a candle, can you take a trade? No. You will take a trade only if it goes above this or goes below this. Within this, it is just a trend, just a range. And in a range, why you should not trade? Because there are traders which are already there. Someone would have bought here, sold here, bought here, sold here. You will not see someone new coming in. Now, if someone new is not coming, what is the point, of trading? It would be the same players who have bought and sold within these 2 weeks who will be exiting and entering their position basis where they have entered or exit. So that's why in a range, either you sell here or either you buy here or either you buy above this or sell below this. So when you are trading, try to visualize things. How will it look? So this is how you see your candle will look like. Getting my point? Any question? Anyone?
यहाँ पे अगर trade लेना हो तो which closing are we looking for? I mean, if it breaks at 5-minute closing or any other closing?
So see, if 5-minute, 10-minute, 15-minute, everything depends on your risk. On a 5-minute, it might break and then reverse. Okay, if you take a trade based on 5-minute candle, you might end up making a small loss. Yeah. If you take trade basis close of 1 hour breakout, your stop loss might be big. So it's a kind of a choice that you have to make. Do you want to trade on a 5-minute or in 1 hour? How you want to trade? That's up to your risk appetite. Okay, that's basically to do more with your trading style rather than anything else. Choosing time frame is always basis your trading style, how you like to trade.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. Thank you.
1 आवर में हो सकता है ना ये 18,000 को ब्रेक करे, 17,800 को ब्रेक करके 18,000 पे आ जाए. Very much possible in 1 hour candle. You can see 200 point. On a 5 minute, you will find a 10, 15 point stop loss only. Now it might also happen that in a 5 minute candle is not that good if you compare to a 1 hour candle. So there might be a lot of false signals in 5 minutes, but a very correct good signal in a hourly candle. So it's a probability game, and at the end of the day, you have to see the move. So at the breakout on a 5 minute chart, if you don't see any kind of a momentum divergence, buy it on the 5 minute. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, correct. Yeah.
Okay, so Nifty may very clearly these are the two areas which we will keep trigger on. Okay. Between these levels, we will only do intraday trades in Nifty, Bank Nifty. We'll take positional trades only once the above or the lower level is crossed. Overall, I showed you how the candle looks, and that is the reason I have taken, started buying things in my portfolio, because the candle looks positive. The only thing is it's a ranging candle, so I cannot go ahead and take a trade right now. But yeah, it kind of gives me a view कि हाँ भाई निफ्टी यहाँ से गिरा, यहाँ पे जैसे ही पहुंचा काफी strong buying आई, and then you saw the candle how it was looking, right? So it gives me a kind of a confidence कि हाँ, this is kind of the ultimate bottom, sorry. And now we should be ready, and plus combined with other factors like dollar index and all the other indices, if you see, mostly either they are near their demand zone or they have reversed already. So this kind of gives you a confidence ki haan, now you should be ready for the bull rally and not actually look to go short. Yeah, clear? So Nifty, I'll put it sideways only until it is not crossing past week high. If it starts crossing last week's high, we turn bullish. Clear?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, चलो बैंक निफ्टी देखो. तो बैंक निफ्टी में देखो ये हुआ आपका करेक्शन और ये आपका उसका पुल बैक. नाउ दिस पुल बैक शुड बी इन अ 3 वेव, जो कि 1-2 हो गया, थर्ड चल रहा है. दिस थर्ड should almost be equal to the first one or more. So keeping that in mind, you can expect Bank Nifty to minimum retrace to the near high. So around 41,800 तो आ ही रहा है Bank Nifty में. अब उसके बाद का नहीं पता, but ये तो आ ही रहा है. फिर even if you see the RSI, you don't see any kind of divergence on this move. No divergence on weekly chart from here to here. From here to here, there is no divergence. Daily chart में अगर आप देखो, then you see a bit of divergence, because of which you saw this fall coming. But now, this, like I've already put the trigger, unless and until we see a close below this, okay, you should try to remain long. The only issue is that this move, you see, it has already completed 1, 2, 3 moves. Okay, and that's why you are seeing this fall. Now this fall can come and then again it can go up. Okay, so when will you decide to short? Only below this. But since overall market texture is very positive, the idea should be to look for opportunities to go long rather than opportunities to go short. Yeah. And once it closes above this level, which was a kind of a last week high, we bol sakte ho, 39,400, you can actually expect Bank Nifty to go all the way up to 42,000. Yeah. So let's see which side closes. So again, Bank Nifty में वही अभी इस range में we'll keep it sideways, and wherever side range breakout happens, that's the side you have to take the trade on. Okay, clear?
In Bank Nifty, we're saying that it might just be sideways for a bit, but we're kind of long on HDFC right now, right?
Yes.
HDFC Bank.
Yeah. Eventually, banks should start going up. That's the idea. Yeah, and I really feel that this is just something setting up for a big up move. And with all this, dollar and everything falling, it's very much possible that we get this up move now, which is very long pending. Okay. Anyway, any questions, guys?
No, Ashutosh.
Let's start with other sectors. So let's see IT. So if you see IT, this was the demand zone. IT broke below this, trapped a lot of people, went up. Now again, it has taken support from this. Now minimum, this pullback should have 3 legs. 1, 2 has come, third should come, third should be almost equal to the first one if you see. So you can expect IT also to be bullish for this week, okay? Only if this last week low goes, then the outlook turns negative, because in that case you can expect again IT. And the next time if it breaks this, the demand zone, then you can see a big decline in IT. Now the thing is, IT is in a very, I'll say right now, bad position. Dollar is declining, IT stocks results are in line, okay, with the expectation, but the results are not like fabulous. Like it's not like something which justifies the 4 times and 5 times what all of these stocks have done in the past 1.5 year. Almost every IT stock has become 4 to 5 times. 300-400% gain is there in most of the IT stocks. So that is now a bit hard to justify. Okay, so on IT, you can expect a rally. But I really feel that this rally, when it coincides with this supply zone, that should be it. ये supply zone है. यहाँ तक ये rally जा सकती है, and then IT either will consolidate in this region or will continue a long-term bear. Now the problem is with IT, long-term bear never happens. These are the stocks which have a very solid business, okay, and they don't just depend on how your dollar is positioned, because these guys has it also very well. They have a lot of good power there in terms of how to manage this forex and stuff like that. Okay, so my mostly expectation is that IT will remain in this, this is the range in which IT might get stuck in for the next few months, quarters, things like that, and maybe mostly for a quarter at least, unless you see the next quarter results, and then you might see some things change in that result, and then you start seeing again some rally or something. But as of now, the view on IT is very simple, and that is it has to stay in this range. Right now for this week will be bullish, but on a long-term basis, you should not actually keep IT stocks in your portfolio. I have two, KPIT and Tata Elxsi. Those two were kind of underperforming stocks and the results were better. That's why I included them in the portfolio. But trust IT stocks like Mindtree and all, 1000 रुपए पे खरीदा था, मैं 4500 पे बेचा, और कितना ही चाहिए, 4 गुना हो गया, right? So such stocks I have taken out, ITT, SITI, all of that I have book profit I have taken out. Yeah, so now looking at other stocks which have not done well. So like Elxsi, KPIT, and their results are good. So I have included them now. And let's see, I'm expecting both KPIT and Elxsi again to be 2-3 times minimum in the next few months, sorry, next few quarters. Okay, so on IT, we'll remain bullish for the meanwhile, but yeah, we'll look to sell over here. Clear? Any questions, guys? And do ask questions if you don't understand, rather than getting confused in the real market. This is the time to ask questions. Okay. Anyway,
आईटी में आपने सर
हम्म।
आईटी का जो चार्ट है, इन्फोसिस ऑलमोस्ट इसको फॉलो ही करता दिख रहा है ऑन अ डेली चार्ट. आई थिंक आई एम नॉट श्योर कि वो कितना कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट है इसका.
Infosys is one of the biggest constituents, not just IT, even in Nifty.
Yes. कितना परसेंट है ये नहीं पता. My query was regarding the Tata Elxsi. Tata Elxsi भी almost 7-8 times हो चुका है.
But Tata Elxsi का result was good.
Okay.
Okay, like its result was not something which I see. Everyone has their own way of interpreting results, right? Now, the way I interpreted its result is that it will continue to deliver value. So that's my interpretation basis the results. Now, obviously, some people have some other thing. It's not always about how much a stock has run up. It's about the outlook in the future. Does the business have so much that it can continue to grow like this? In Tata Elxsi, I feel, see, it's easier for a smaller company to become big. It's difficult for a bigger company to grow fast. For example, a company like a Hind Unilever, you just see ITC. Why you see ITC stock stuck? It's such a big company. वो और क्या करे? It's difficult for them to grow at a 15% and 18% higher double-digit growth. It's difficult for them to get because they are already penetrated everywhere. While a new company, so that's the thing with Tata Elxsi and Mindtree. Like you see, the difference is Mindtree has almost reached where it has to, and now it is in almost in head-to-head kind of situation with the giants like TCS and Infy as of now. While Elxsi and all these are kind of a support system which they provide to all these behemoths. So they grow with them and they have a lot space still left for them to grow. So that's why keep Elxsi, KPIT, let go of Mindtree and things like that. Anyway, I don't know if I answered it, but yeah, that's how I interpreted the results. चलो फार्मा देखते हैं. फार्मा का तो वैसे अब समझो एक तरह से हो गया है. फार्मा स्टॉक्स अब ना पोर्टफोलियो में रखने लायक हैं ना म्यूचुअल फंड में रखने लायक हैं. These stocks are done. I will soon we will stop looking at this index because this index is of no use now anymore. जितना होना था ये हो गया. And now all that I can see on this index is that this is the long-term trend line on this weekly chart that it is following. It's kind of a wedge pattern that it is following. And this is how this will continue, on this channel. यहाँ बेचो, यहाँ पकड़ो, यहाँ बेचो, यहाँ पकड़ो, and it will continue to fall. On this index, I don't think even we should invest more time because this is now waste of time. Will not find many clear-cut signals. It will just be. So you see, this is what it will be now. Unless this breaks or this breaks, you will not see any kind of a trending move. So no point spending time on this shit of a sector as of now. Just ignore it. The view is just it will remain in this channel, and then you can choose to buy and sell on the top and the lower end. Okay, we'll stop looking at this very soon. फिर metals देखते हैं, another very good sector. Okay, and this will be another big sector after financials. This will be another good sector to be long on for the next few years, because with long-term bear market in dollar, all the metals will enjoy a lot of demand. क्योंकि उनकी price कम होगी, demand बढ़ेगा, and that will help these metal stocks to go up. So right now, if you see, this is the supply zone, this is the demand zone, it's on the upper level, but I'm expecting now this to go away, and we should now start seeing metals back in action, and you will see stocks like Tata Steel, Vedanta, and all of these running like anything. So these are the sectors we'll now look to go long on. Okay, on a trading time frame also, and even in our portfolio, these are the stocks we should have now. Yeah, even. Any question, guys, on this?
सर मेरा एक क्वेरी डिमांड जोन के रिगार्डिंग था, जैसे इसमें
हाँ।
आपने बताया कि डिमांड जोन शुड गो अवे, जिसको जब डिमांड जोन किसी चार्ट में
डिमांड
चेंज हो
जोन ये
जाता
है,
है तो
ये सप्लाई जोन है।
क्या वो नया सपोर्ट बनता है या जस्ट इसको हम डिलीट ही कर देते हैं एज अ ड्राइंग?
नहीं नहीं, ऑब्वियसली वो सपोर्ट बन जाता है ना, ऊपर चला गया तो इसके ऊपर चला गया तो ये बन जाएगा सपोर्ट। सो ये डिमांड बन, ये अभी सप्लाई जोन है, ऊपर
सॉरी,
चला
हाँ,
गया तो ये डिमांड बन
या
जाएगा।
आई मीन सप्लाई जोन है, सॉरी। तो
हाँ
सप्लाई जोन ये बाद में डिमांड जोन में कन्वर्ट हो जाता है, ये फ्लिप होता है जिसको कहते हैं हम।
या ऑब्वियसली, दैट्स हाउ इट विल वर्क ना। द
तो सर
नेक्स्ट
फिर
टाइम व्हेन इट
सपोर्ट
इज,
रेजिस्टेंस भी तो यही होता है, सपोर्ट रेजिस्टेंस में भी तो यही होता है कि सपोर्ट बिकम्स
सी
रेजिस्टेंस और रेजिस्टेंस बिकम्स
सपोर्ट
सपोर्ट।
रेजिस्टेंस यू यूजुअली ड्रॉ वन लेवल।
करेक्ट।
I am talking about a zone. Now, you tell me on this zone, if I just remove this one, if I just remove this one, where will your support or resistance will be? Will it be a top of this line, top of this line, top of this one, top of this one? Which one? Or either you draw many lines, right?
राइट।
Either you end up like drawing कि हाँ ठीक है, एक resistance ये है, अगले दिन नया हाई आ गया तो बोलोगे अच्छा अब ये रेजिस्टेंस है, अगले दिन एक और आ गया, देन यू से कि अब ये रेजिस्टेंस है, राइट? सो इतना करने से अच्छा है कि यू जस्ट नो कि ओके दिस होल जोन is kind of some resistance. Now you don't know exactly which place, so that's where the concept of a zone comes in. So I prefer using this instead of the traditional support and resistance level, because these things are good for a day trading maybe, but for a positional swing trade you cannot keep one line and expect market to follow that line, because market is a treacherous place. The whole idea of market is to trap people. So if you just keep one resistance and one support and you try to trade basis that, 90% of the time that will get hit and you will end up making loss, right? So that's the reason I prefer using the idea of a zone to plan my trades rather than the idea of a support or a resistance place. Yeah.
So I have also tried quite a bit times that in intraday we use support lines,
Yeah.
but then a lot of wicks comes and we get weakness and then SL get hit very
So
fast.
intraday
So
mein we can use, why? Because intraday mein 5-minute chart we use, right? 5 minute, 3 minute, maybe 10 minute, 15 max. So उसमें क्या होता है, we say कि हाँ closing पे we will decide. That's why we decided closing, because वहाँ पे हम एक line बना के करते हैं trade instead of a zone, right? और अगर closing line के नीचे होती then we still say कि हाँ the resistance worked, you know, the support worked, then we continue. But on a swing trade लाइन बना के नहीं कर सकते हो, क्योंकि वहां पे क्लोजिंग का वेट करते करते मतलब बहुत कुछ हो जाएगा. यू जस्ट इमेजिन दिस कैंडल, दिस वाज द ट्रेंड लाइन, इफ यू जस्ट वेटेड फॉर दिस टू क्लोज, it fucking closed so high, you cannot wait so long.
Right.
So that's why when you do a swing trade, you take a swing trade, you should use the idea of demand and supply zone. When you are doing an intraday trade, yeah, since it is a 5-minute candle that you are looking at, you can take it basis, you know, support and resistance, because you can wait for the close to happen.
right, so we can use support zone and demand zone in intraday also for greater
Intraday you can use, but मतलब इंट्राडे में या यू कैन यूज इट, बट इंट्राडे में तुम्हें डिफरेंस नहीं समझ में आएगा ना. अब देखो ये वीकली चार्ट है, तब व्हेन वी आर मेकिंग these lines were so close, right?
Yes.
अब वो इंट्राडे में अगर विक्स पे तुम बनाओगे तो कितना ही अंतर आएगा, 1-2 पॉइंट का, 2 पॉइंट 3 पॉइंट का अंतर आएगा, तो उतना मेहनत क्यों करना है? उसमें सबसे लो वाला पकड़ो, उसको अपना डाल दो जो सबसे लो है.
Understood.
So metals are another sector, guys, which we have to focus. Right now it's near supply zone, but looking at this candle, strength of this candle, I expect this supply zone to go away, and we should now start seeing a long-term bull market in metals. So outlook on metals remains very bullish, with the caveat that dollar should continue its downward journey. Agar dollar also reverses, then you can start seeing again metals reversing from here. Okay. So since the expectation is that dollar will continue going down, I'm bullish on metals. But if dollar changes, this outlook also changes, totally opposite, and then you'll start seeing the supply zone come into play, and this again you will see another down move might come to the lower level before the final up move. Yeah, let's see. ठीक है, any doubts? चलो फाइनेंस देखते हैं.
तो लेकिन जैसा मेटल का जो चार्ट था उसमें एक बार वो अपना वो रेजिस्टेंस जोन के ऊपर क्लोज हो उसके बाद ही हमको लॉन्ग लेना चाहिए ना.
उसके बाद हमें
उसके बाद ही लॉन्ग लेना चाहिए.
लॉन्ग बस इसके ऊपर ले लो ना, ये जो वीकली हाई है ना दो, ये वाले दो कैंडल, ये ग्रीन और रेड, यहीं से तो यही तुम्हारा रीसेंट स्विंग हाई है, इसके ऊपर जैसे ही जाए लॉन्ग ले सकते हो.
यस सर, थैंक्स सर.
क्योंकि यहाँ पे ही तो सबसे ज्यादा सेलिंग यहाँ से ही तो शुरू हुई है, तो उसके ऊपर जाए तो बस निकलने का. ऑल इज अबाउट थिंकिंग वेयर पीपल विल कीप स्टॉप. अब जिस बंदे ने यहाँ पे सेल किया होगा, जब प्राइस यहाँ पे मूव किया होगा, तो उसने कहाँ स्टॉप रखा होगा. जो नए बंदे होंगे उन्होंने यहाँ रखा होगा, जिन्होंने यहाँ सेल किया है उन्होंने भी यहाँ ट्रेल किया होगा. दैट्स वाई जब ये लेवल गया तो यू सॉ दिस अप मूव. नाउ देयर वुड बी स्टिल बी सम वेरी लॉन्ग टर्म प्लेयर्स जिन्होंने यहाँ पे ही बाई किया था, सॉरी यहाँ पे सेल किया था, तो उनका स्टॉप कहाँ होगा, इसके जस्ट ऊपर होगा, राइट. सो इसके ऊपर जब जाएगा अगेन यू विल सी अ बिग अप मूव. सो अकॉर्डिंगली यू हैव टू जस्ट फाइंड आउट प्लेसेस वेयर पीपल आर ट्रैप्ड. दैट्स द बेसिक ऑफ ट्रेडिंग. ठीक है.
यस सर.
Finance देखो very similar to bank nifty. Yeah, not much of a difference, almost a similar kind of a chart. This is one leg done, second leg done, third say two legs में up move होना चाहिए, 3 leg total, ये 1 हो गया, 2 हो गया, third आना चाहिए. Again इसमें भी अगर देखोगे so this should be the length of this move minimum. So यहाँ से अगर देखो so almost again like bank nifty should at least minimum touch its recent high. So finance में भी idea होगा to be bullish. Okay, now थोड़ा daily chart देखो तो तुम्हें clear समझ में आएगा long short कहाँ लेना है. Okay, तो again इसमें इसके ऊपर long लेना है तुम्हें, ठीक है, और इसके अगर नीचे जाए इस ट्रेंड लाइन को अगर ब्रेक करता है तब तुम्हें शॉर्ट लेना है. So very clear again on finance क्या करना है. Okay, this is the level above which you will look to go long, and below this trend line you will go short. Okay, now since the bias is on the long side, okay, the bias is on the long side, and I'll be looking to go long. If it shows me a reversal on a 5-minute candle also on this trend line, I will look to go long. I'll not wait for a daily close or a weekly close, because it will be a small stop loss. So I'll look to go long, and once it crosses this level, I will look to add on the position for this target of this. Okay, but I'll not wait, because my bias right now is to be long, because other things are kind of showing me that yeah, you should go long. Okay, so on finance right now I'm keeping it sideways, but the idea will be to go long on it. Okay, as and when I can see the opportunity. Even अगर कल को मुझे एक यहाँ नीचे के लेवल से पुल बैक मिलता है, I'll again go long there only. I'll not wait for it to touch even this trend line, because stop loss will be small. Hit होता है, ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं. The whole idea is कि I want to capture this up move. Don't want to miss it for 5-10 points. चलो FMCG देखते हैं. तो देखो FMCG में भी अगर यहाँ से बनाए तो ये पूरा ट्रेंड लाइन आ जाएगा, ठीक है. दिस वाज काइंड ऑफ अ ट्रेंड लाइन. यहाँ पे इसने ब्रेक दिया, टेस्ट ऑफ बॉटम किया, अगेन यू सॉ बाइंग, केम अप. दिस now is looking good for a minimum 3-legged up move. Okay, minimum. So again, this looks bullish. Okay, reason being, ये आपका जो demand zone था, this was your demand zone. ठीक है, came down here, पहली बार touched हुआ. Second time again it came down there, trapped a lot of people again, closed above the trend line, closed above the demand zone, saw a massive up move, which shows that people who are trapped here, they are actually looking to exit, have exited, and there are also new people who have come and went long. Okay, so this whole again looks good for at least a minimum 3 leg up move. Okay, अभी first leg चल रहा है अभी, तो let's see until where it goes. Okay, and then once first and second is done, we'll be able to know where the third will end. Okay, but yeah, as of now, you can look to go long on FMCG. Reality. So reality again, very similar to FMCG, just that this candle here is not something which is kind of giving you any confidence to go long. Okay, so on such a candle, obviously, I will not look to go long. So we'll have to wait and watch. We'll keep it on sideways. I'll not put it on a short side also, because very similar to FMCG, very similar explanation. A lot of people would have been trapped here on the short side when this would have been here, and all of them would have looked to exit. Now, one thing is important, that when the price was here, sellers again came back in, brought the price down. They were like, so this is like the second, attempt by the sellers to re-establish the previous trend, which was down. Now, what we have to see is whether they are able to do that. Now, that is still not done. Bears are trying to bring it down. Okay. Bulls have tried to bring it up, but which side has won? Again, you don't know. If you make a, kind of a 2 week candle, you will see that this is the high, this is the low, open was here, close was here. So it's a bearish candle, but it is a doji, which shows no direction. So again, in this kind of situation, you take a trade either on the top, either on the bottom, or on the failure of the top or bottom. Okay, so you put the trigger at the top and the bottom, and whichever happens, when this trigger is hit, at that time you decide what to do. इसके ऊपर breakout मिलता है, then you go long, breakdown मिलता है, go short. सिर्फ यहाँ पे आके hit होके you see a failure, you go short. यहाँ पे आके you see a failure, go long. So accordingly. So right now we'll put it on the sideways. Media again very clearly on sideways. We'll see G में क्या हो रहा है, PVR में क्या हो रहा है, देख लेंगे. Auto, another sector which will be a beneficiary of dollar weakening, because a lot of companies like Bajaj, TVS, Tata, these are good exporters also, and a weak dollar helps them a lot. Okay, in terms of their business. So this will be helpful for them. And again, these are big companies, Bajaj, Tatas and all, and if they're good, the sector and entirety should do good. That will also help, push demand for other auto ancillary, like things like say Jamna Auto, and things like your Motherson Sumi, and also this sector also looks in a very good spot right now. The only hang is this is the supply zone. Okay, we need to cross this one before we look for a long-term long, but this whole pattern here, if you see, it's a very all these candles are red, but still this whole pattern on its whole, all these three combined, is a good long setup, because there was a selling here from the top, price came here, people were not able to, sellers were not able to stop it here, bulls brought it up, even they got it, took it even higher, but then again sellers came in, brought it down, but still this level is still intact. And unless this level, if you see kind of a double bottom here, यहाँ पे, unless this goes, you will not look to short. And similarly on the upper side, if this goes, then you look to go long. So again on this, right now we'll put sideways. Okay, upper limit goes, we go long, lower limit goes, we go short. So that is again a very similar story. So you see on sectors, if you see on an overall, none of the sectors are looking negative. Either they are sideways or they are positive. There is no clear cut negativity. You cannot say looking at any sector ki haan ye negative. And this absence of negativity is something which kind of tells you the sentiment of the market. You know, that the market is now looking to do away with the bearishness, shake it off, and move up. One move we have already seen, up move from the recent lows. And this week, when we are seeing all this sideways, it's more like a, like consolidation in a trend. So there was an uptrend, then there is now consolidation that we are seeing, and that trend should again resume in the direction of prior trend, which was the uptrend. So mostly the idea should be to look for long setups and avoid looking for the bear setups. Clear? Any question, anyone? No questions, guys? Chalo, then let's take a 10-minute break, 10-minute pause. मैं थोड़ा चाय पानी पी के आता हूँ and then we'll start from 4:10 हो रहा है ना 15 minute 10-minute break 4:20 से we'll continue 4:20 25 so we'll start 25 let's start okay 15-minute break let's take and then we'll start from 4:25 okay
Okay, sir.
yeah
Yes, sir.
chalo enjoy guys Hello guys, everyone is back.
यस सर.
Good. चलो स्टार्ट करते हैं फिर. तो आईडी से ही स्टार्ट करते हैं, लाइन से देखते हैं सारे. तो देखो HCL टेक देखो, ये एक अप ट्रेंड था, यहाँ पे फॉल हुआ है, काइंड ऑफ अ फ्लैट फॉर्मेशन व्हिच हैपेंड. लुक्स लाइक नाउ इट इज डन, नाउ इट इज मूविंग अप, बट अभी ये कितना ऊपर जाएगा. डेली चार्ट में अगर देखो तो ये 1 2 and this is still sideways move. Okay, if you see कि ये कैंडल का जो रेंज है उसी रेंज में ये है, तो इस तरह से ये पोल है, ये फ्लैग है उसका. ओके, एंड फ्लैग एंड पोल में you should look always to buy on the opposite side at the extremes. Okay, now जैसे ये है, इस सीन में आपको लोअर रेंज जो है 1138 उसके आसपास you should look to buy. Okay, and if the upper range goes, then you look for a bigger move, or similarly you should look to sell at the top for the lower range. Okay, with a small stop loss. And but वो selling तभी करना या buying यहाँ पे तभी करना होता है जब you have the ability. So फ्लैग एंड पोल में क्या होता है, ये आपका पोल है, ये आपका फ्लैग फॉर्मेशन है. ठीक है, यूजुअली मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम it goes in the direction of the trend, but sometimes it can also reverse. Okay, so whenever you are taking a flag and pole में trade, 90% of the time you should try to take a trade in the direction of the trend which is upward. मतलब you should buy closer to this level 1140 के आसपास. Okay, or you should wait for it to give you a breakout. But at the same time, if you want to sell and there are certain setups जहाँ पे sell भी करना होता है, in that case you should also be prepared कि if you sell and your stop loss is getting hit, you immediately reverse the trade. So that's how you trade flag and pole. So on this also the idea should be to go long above this high of क्या 1175 के ऊपर अगर जाता है तो you should look to go long. Okay, similarly if it comes down around 1130 738, you should look to go long again. Okay, and अगर ये इसके नीचे चला जाता है, in that case obviously you sell. Any question guys? So हर स्टॉक पे ट्रिगर डाल के बैठो. तभी ट्रेडिंग हो पाएगी. तो अभी इसमें फिलहाल क्योंकि ये फ्लैग अभी फॉर्म हो रहा है, इसको साइडवेज रखो. ईदर ऑफ इट कोई भी ब्रेक होता है, दैट्स वेयर यू लुक टू गो लॉन्ग और शॉर्ट अकॉर्डिंगली. सो कोफोर्स में भी अगर देखो आप तो ये आपका डाउन मूव यहाँ से हुआ था. ओके, नाउ इट वेंट अप after that along with Nifty, and then again it came down, and now here it kind of shows a reversal candle forming. Okay, so here again on Coforge last week के हाई के अगर ऊपर जाता है तो you should look to go long. अगर last week के हाई के ऊपर जाता है, in that case only you should look to go long. Okay, and in that case you can expect a minimum of move of up to 5200. Okay, any question guys, any doubt, question, कुछ सवाल हो तो पूछो बाद में, नहीं तो फिर कंफ्यूज होते हो, लॉस करते हो. क्लियर है? Very similar. Mindtree also very similar. So Mindtree though you can go ahead and buy now. Okay, Mindtree can be bought now with this as the stop loss. The stop loss थोड़ा बड़ा है. In that case, look for it to अब देखो स्टॉप लॉस बढ़ा, इन दैट केस लुक टू बाय ओनली अबव लास्ट वीक हाई। ओके, लास्ट वीक हाई के ऊपर जाता है तो लास्ट वीक का जो आपका क्लोज है उसका स्टॉप लॉस डाल के यू कैन टेक अ बाई ट्रेड। सेम LTI also looks like a good buy again। LTI में भी वही ट्रेड है, लास्ट वीक के हाई के ऊपर इट्स अ बाय। टेक महिंद्रा छोड़ दो अभी, विप्रो भी अभी छोड़ दो, बेरिश। विप्रो में अगर लास्ट वीक के लो के नीचे आता है इट्स अ गुड सेल। इफ इट ब्रेक्स दिस लेवल लास्ट वीक का जो लो है इट विल बिकम अ गुड सेल। ओके, Emphasis। Guys, देखो emphasis is not a buy while LTI is a buy। Can anyone explain why? LTI is a buy above last week high while emphasis is not। Can anyone explain?
सर
एक बार
emphasis के
दूसरा
साथ
चार्ट दिखाओगे?
ये LTI है which is a buy while emphasis very similar but it is not a buy। क्यों?
सर इसमें सेलिंग कैंडल जो है रेड कैंडल वो काफी बड़ा हो चुका है।
Anyone
या
else?
दैट्स व्हाट आई थॉट।
ब्रो 1 2 3 वाला है क्या? उसने 1 2 3 पूरा कर लिया, इसका 1 2 ही पूरा लग
नहीं,
रहा है
उसमें
खाली।
भी 1 2 3 पूरा नहीं हुआ है और इसमें भी नहीं हुआ है। वेरी सिमिलर चार्ट, ऑलमोस्ट सेम है, बस थोड़ा सा ही अंतर है।
इसमें सेलिंग थोड़ा ज्यादा दिख रहा है एम्फोसिस में पहले भी।
सर
It
ग्रीन
has
कैंडल
closed
का
below the
वॉल्यूम भी
zone.
बहुत कम है।
क्या ग्रीन कैंडल क्या कम है?
लास्ट ग्रीन कैंडल का वॉल्यूम बहुत कम है।
ये तो वैसे मैंने इधर भी नहीं देखा कितना है। नो इट्स नॉट वॉल्यूम, वॉल्यूम इज आल्सो सेम। चलो पता करना, आई एक्सप्लेन ऑल दिस इन कोर्स। वैसे सोचना क्यों। LTTS leave it। LTTS actually you guys can look to sell if it goes below last week's low। Okay, TCS looks like a good buy but not right now। अभी छोड़ देते हैं इसको, प्लेस में डालते हैं। Oracle also looks a good sell only अभी as of now तो। Oracle looks a good sell। Infi looks a good buy। Infi अच्छा दिख रहा है तो Infi will be a buy above last week's high। Okay, only above last week high। ये again ये देख रहे हो दोजी है, so ये trading range है, so you won't buy above this। You only buy above last week high। Okay, not within this range। And similarly obviously if it goes below last week's low it's a sell, but within this you don't do anything। Metals Vedanta very nice breakout, no divergence, clear cut buy। इसको देखें जरा, इसमें एंट्री मिल सकती है क्या? नॉट येट। ये एक दो हुआ है, एक और आने दो इसको। यहाँ पे अराउंड 350 के आसपास आएगा ना, दैट्स वेयर वी विल लुक टू एंटर इन वेदांता। सो अभी इसमें ट्रिगर लगा देते हैं, बाद में देखते हैं।
पोर्टफोलियो में तो लॉन्ग है सर वेदांत।
या पोर्टफोलियो में तो लॉन्ग है, ट्रेडिंग मींस डिफरेंट है यार। National Aluminium. Now this looks like a very bearish candle, but it is not. Again, why I'll explain you guys in the course. In fact, it is a good long setup. Traditional candlestick theory में के हिसाब से sell होना चाहिए, but it is not. It will be a sell only if it is breaking this trend line. So इस पे trigger डाल देते हैं and अभी छोड़ते हैं इसको. Coal India is a sell below last week's low. 160 के नीचे जाए तो सेल करना है इसको, ठीक है. ओनली 160 के नीचे जाए तो सेल करना है. सेल में सेल इज जस्ट साइडवेज. ओके, सेल को मैं डालते हैं. NMDC वॉच लिस्ट में डालते हैं इसको. इसमें भी क्लियर कट सिग्नल नहीं है. तो स्टील Nalco looks very good. Nalco is looking good. अब इसमें एंट्री के लिए अभी नहीं है एंट्री.
तो सर एक क्वेश्चन था. तो if you can go back to Hindustan Zinc. Okay, many a times what I have observed, this is specifically for NMDC, what I have observed is, जब start होता है तो एक बड़ा candle होता है.
हिंदुस्तान में
sorry, in metal overall. एक बड़ा कैंडल होता है एंड जो एकदम दिन के पहला ट्रेड एकदम फर्स्ट 1 मिनट और 2 मिनट्स एकदम बड़ा होता है और फिर देन रेस्ट ऑफ द थिंग वो क्या स्टेबलाइज होता है. ऑलमोस्ट एवरी डे सेम थिंग इज हैपनिंग.
कंसोलिडेटिंग है, साइडवेज है ना, ट्रेंड है ही नहीं तो ऑब्वियसली यही होगा. इसीलिए तो बड़ा टाइम फ्रेम पे चार्ट देख लो ताकि यू नो किसमें ट्रेड करना है किसको छोड़ना है. जैसे ये छोड़ रहे हैं, दैट्स द रीजन. तो साइडवेज क्या क्यों ट्रेड लेना, इग्नोर इट.
JSW do we have it? Because we just discussed कि अगर डॉलर नीचे जाता है तो JSW will be benefited.
All of them will be benefited, but right now we should also get signal now.
Right.
Not getting any.
सर आपको जिंदल स्टील बाय क्यों नहीं लग रहा?
So Jindal Steel.
यस सर.
You see, now there is a channel in which it is following. It's on the top of the channel. Again, it will come down only. I mean, unless you see a breakout above or below, you cannot buy it. Ratan Mani is looking good. Trapped, went up. This is a good one. Ratan Money will be a buy, guys. Above this level of 2050, we'll look for a breakout on this. Okay, so it will be a breakout buy. Divergence भी नहीं है यहाँ तक इस हाई तक, क्योंकि दूसरा हाई आया नहीं है. So if there is a breakout, it can go significantly high. Yes, only Ratan Money is a buy, Coal India is a sell. Rest, most of them are just in watch list. Let me just recheck Coal and Film. Coal India, yeah, it is a sell. No doubt about it. Just note that, only we were below 160 or last week's low, this is a sell. अच्छा, इसका रिजल्ट भी आने वाला है ना, ये तो गिरेगा, अच्छा खासा गिरेगा. और ये जाए अगर इसके नीचे 160 के नीचे बेच देना, डोंट मिस इट. ठीक है. वीकली चार्ट में sideways, so at max it can go to 154. So if it goes below 160, guys, sell it, okay, for a target of around 154, 155, not more than that. Yeah. चलो ऑटोज देखते हैं. Move, breakdown, went up, came down, again one more down move can come. Last week low के नीचे Balakrishna will be a sell. Okay. And always sell these things when you see the trigger happening. Sell it on a 5-minute chart. Keep trailing it. End of the day, you decide कि swing रखना है या profit लेना है. अगर same day बहुत गिर गया, पैसे बन गए अच्छे खासे, exit it. ये trade miss हो गया, बताओ. Such a good setup it was to go short, यार. छी. ये trade miss हो गया यार. निकल गया. This stocks are not looking good. Krishna is looking bad. Bharat Forge, Marup is also looking bad. Tube is looking good. This is the range. Here's the break. Auto stocks are not looking good, guys, this week. Amara Raja is also a sell below its last week's low. Below last week's low, Amara Raja is also a sell. In fact, not last week, what was it? Friday low. Yeah, below Friday low, it is a sell. M&Ms. M&M is also a sell. I'm just not giving it, but it's a sell only. Oh, yes. Yes, to complete. This was kind of a double bottom in place. यहाँ से ऊपर गया, now it is heading towards this, and this is a double top हो जाएगा अगर यहाँ से तो यहाँ पे ट्रिगर लगा. So Bajaj also will look to sell only. Okay. Bajaj also we will look to sell. Let it reverse from this trend line. Then we will look to sell Bajaj, or if it is going below Friday's low, then also we'll look to sell. So I'll update you guys on this. Let me keep this again in watch list. I sure. Like there is also looking bad. रिजल्ट आने वाला है क्या ऑटो स्टॉक्स में? सब में रिजल्ट है. बजाज का तो होके गया. टीवीएस में आने वाला है मंडे को पता चल जाएगा. एमएनएम में आने वाला है. हमारा में आने वाला. That's why all of these are falling. चलो ठीक है. Consolidation. I should trigger create applied. Whereas Exide is also looking like a sell only. So Exide also will be a sell, guys. फ्राइडे का लो जो है उसके नीचे अगर जाता है तो Exide will become a sell. Tata Motors have already created this alert. इसके ऊपर जाएगा. I look to buy. As of now, Tata Motors currently sideways है. So autos में guys, there are 3 stocks you can sell, all below almost, I guess Friday low ही था सब में. Okay, so just put the triggers like I have put, and have you take the trade once they are triggered. Okay, जब भी triggered आपका हिट होता है ना, जब भी ट्रिगर आता है, नोटिफिकेशन आता है, तुरंत से सेल बाय नहीं करना होता है. आपको क्या करना होता है तभी? आपको उस समय वो 5 मिनट कैंडल जो है उसका वेट करो क्लोज होने का. डोंट गो अहेड एंड बाय इट. Bank, let's see. HDFC. So HDFC, like I said, guys, I gave you guys the buy. This was the trend line. जहाँ से उसने support लिया. Looks like it will go up. यहाँ support लेके. Okay. Those who have not entered, they can also get enter the buy above 1534. And even those who have bought, they can even add on to their position if it goes above 1534. 1534 के ऊपर जाता है, then you can add it again even more for target of 1580, 1600. Okay, this is the buy. So what desktop it? एक दो तीन तो होना ही चाहिए. वॉच लिस्ट में आते हैं. So are looking like they will just run up anytime. Just about time कब होता है? All these private banks, HDFC, Axis, Kotak, IndusInd, ICICI, and then one SBI. They are all looking good. अच्छा, कोई बता सकता है मुझे ये क्या है? ये क्या पैटर्न है? ये जो पूरा, what is this whole thing? Anyone? Anyone?
ट्राइंग टू सर, बट नहीं लग रहा पता.
चलो पता करना फिर पहले.
सर क्या इसको एक वो एक्सपेंडिंग कह सकते हैं अगर हम ऊपर से ट्रेंड लाइन ड्रॉ करें और नीचे से सेम लेवल पे ही एक ट्रेंड लाइन बनेगी, तो एक एक्सपेंडिंग कोई चैनल होता होगा. आई एम नॉट श्योर, मैं जस्ट मेट्रिकली वर्क कर रहा हूँ.
नहीं है, पता करो. IndusInd also is a buy, guys. इसमें बस स्टॉप लॉस और एंट्री देखना है तो ये भाई. So look to buy this above last week, last 981 के ऊपर अगर जाता है, look to buy IndusInd Bank. Look to buy it above 981. Fed Bank guys will look to buy above 103.5, 104, something like that. Continuation 1, 2, 3. Supplies on here. ये सारा अगर गया तो बहुत गंदा जाएगा. ध्यान देना पड़ेगा इस पे. अच्छा पैसा मिलेगा. इस पे Guys, I'll be shorting Bank of Baroda. You guys don't do that. Okay. I'll short it below this level that I have marked. You guys don't need to short it. Okay, leave it. AU Bank is a clear-cut sell, guys. AU Bank you can sell. Target here will be minimum 1280. Just bit of a trap. Guys, sell AU Bank only below 1333. Only below 1333, sell it for a target of 12. How much was it? 1250, 1280, whatever I said. $1250 के टारगेट के लिए 1250, 1220 जो भी है उसके लिए यू कैन सेल इट, बट सेल इट बिलो 1333. मतलब लास्ट जो आपका फ्राइडे का लो था उसके नीचे only you have to sell, but it is a very good sell. You'll definitely make money, like almost 100%. That's going to happen. Because even SBI is a sell. मेरा मन नहीं कर रहा है लेकिन ये sell देने का. But very clearly a sell. Leave it. You guys leave it. Okay, I'll sell it. Lupin will be a sell, guys, below 860. Below 860, Lupin will be a sell. Cipla will be a sell below 938. Sun Pharma will look to buy above 900. Okay, only above 900 we will look to buy. Sell here. Look to definitely sell this below last week low. Torrent Pharma, if it goes below last week low, definitely sell it. Like, don't miss it for the world. Apollo looks good now. Ovega correction also looks like it's over. We'll look to buy Apollo over 4,800. Only above 4,800 we'll look to buy. Buy it, keep it for the day. End of the day, book the profits or hedge it if you have to send. Buy your call. This is not. That's it. And pharma. FMCG. देखो ये candle just like it's a range. So unless it goes above this or below this, you will not do anything. So leave it. Very similar thing again here. So again you will leave it. Ramco looks bad. So Ramco is looking bad. Can't sell it right away. Let me put a trigger. Roger paint. Yeah, so guys, crude is going up. All these paint stocks will do bad. So Berger paint also is one of them. 720 के नीचे जाता है, will look to sell. Guys, Godrej CP is a must buy above 930. Definitely buy it above 930. Buy it for minimum 960 to 1,000 rupees. Okay, sorry, ये buy है. Jubilant still negative. Entry है इसमें कहीं. sake. Mariko will be a guy, guys. Bye, guys. I have 512. In Unilever looks like correction is now done, should start moving up. But no such signal yet, away to confirm it, so we'll just keep it in watch list. ITC last week we discussed was should go up, massive running it gave this week already. Okay, and ITC, if it will cross 250, now it will go missile. It will become missile. इसमें अभी एंट्री मिल सकती है क्या? ना. Well, Pidilite will be a sell below last week low. और ये जो भी लो वाले जो है ना लास्ट वीक लो पे सेल करने हैं बाई करने हैं जितने भी उसमें जिस 5 मिनट कैंडल पे आप ब्रेकआउट ब्रेकडाउन देखो, ठीक है, उसका जो आपका लो हाई होगा वो आपका स्टॉप लॉस होगा, या अगर कोई ट्रेंड लाइन होगी उसके नियर अबाउट, दैट विल बी योर स्टॉप लॉस, and now that you will know only during the trading hours. UBL looks like a great buy. या बस जी देख लेते हैं और पीवीआर. अरे भाई द जी पे तो अभी कोई केस में था मैंने सुना है. व्हाट वाज दैट? Anyone, any idea about that? I heard something happened with G.
सर वो कुछ 83 करोड़ का उनका कुछ ड्यू है, वो शायद इंडसइंड है, वो उनको कंपनी ट्रिब्यूनल पे ले गया वो।
Okay. दिख भी रहा है ये चार्ट पे। 276 के नीचे जाए तो G will look to short. Okay. PBR.
पोर्टफोलियो में तो रिटेन करके रखे ना जी को सर।
Obviously, stop loss hai. If you guys remember, there is always a stop loss, whether it is a portfolio or what. Okay. There will always be a stop. So G में आपका जो ये level है ना 244.45, that is your stop even in your portfolio. We bought somewhere around 280 290. Somewhere यहाँ पे हमने खरीदा था, उसके बाद से ऊपर गया. Now 240 245 becomes your stop loss. If it goes below that, it can go significantly down. So just have that thing in mind. This property. है? ये कैंडल अभी छुप गया था. I was like ये लाल कैंडल पे ग्रीन क्यों दिखा रहा है बाहर? 1506 तो नहीं था.
सर गोदरेज प्रॉपर्टी इतना नेगेटिव दिख रहा था, फिर भी उसमें हमने सेल का कॉल क्यों नहीं लिया?
पता है ना यार, स्टॉप लॉस एंट्री नहीं है. There is no entry. गिरेगा तो है ही, पर एंट्री भी तो मिलनी चाहिए अच्छी. रिस्क रिवॉर्ड अच्छा हो, छोटा स्टॉप लॉस हो. तो ये सारे सेल है. मेरा अभी एक्चुअली मन नहीं कर रहा है सेल कॉल्स देने का. सब में स्टॉप लॉसेस बड़े हैं. This is also looking bad. क्या नहीं है ना. यहाँ से तो मतलब कि बॉटम तो बन गया है, इसलिए इसको भी सेल नहीं करेंगे. अभी देखो सारे नेगेटिव बैंड पे ही क्लोज हुए हैं. अगर आप देखो जितने फाइनेंशियल्स आपको दिख रहे हैं, बट उसके बाद भी ये जो लो आया है, on all of them you will see a divergence from the previous low. So you know, like, and they're very close to this low, so there is no point taking risk of, you know, taking a short here, because this will be your target while stop losses are there. So though they all are looking like a very good sell, I am not giving a sell call in them. Almost all are looking like a very good sell. And almost all are also looking like a good trap. Let's see. And सब नेगेटिव ही दिख रहा है. Yeah, clearly negative. Finance is still positive. ट्रेड मिस हो गया है वैसे. But Chola will be a buy over 680. Okay, look to buy Chola above 680. And let's look at everything else which is remaining. It's gonna vary. Let's see, देखो ये भी नीचे जाएगा, but it will end up with a divergence. So last leg है down move का, and that's why I'm not giving again a sell call here. But it is very clear cut sell. पाई तो अच्छा खासा ठीक ही चल रहा है. अच्छा हाँ, बाय द वे पाई में कोई तो था अपने ग्रुप में जिसने ये स्टॉप लॉस जो हमने ट्रेल किया था did not exit it here and is still holding. So
नहीं सर, मैं था पाई इंडस्ट्रीज ने काफी कुछ अच्छा पैसा बना, एंड जब ये डाउनफॉल शुरू हो गया मैंने स्टॉप लॉस नहीं लगाया था, एंड आई गॉट बिजी विद सम अदर स्टफ. व्हेन आई सॉ इट वाज मैसिवली गिरा वो. ठीक है, सॉरी,
always respect that.
ट्रेंड रिवर्सल हो गया था और वो तो बड़ा लॉस हो गया वहां पे मुझे.
So just that's why देखो हमने यहाँ पे सेल किया था, ये पूरा प्रॉफिट था.
ये पूरा प्रॉफिट बहुत बनाया, प्रॉफिट अराउंड 70 बनाया.
ओके, तो उसके बाद फिर से शॉर्ट किया तुमने?
फिर से शॉर्ट था, थोड़ा सा रिवर्सल हुआ तब मैं रुक गया. वीक थोड़ा सा ये था, बाद में फिर मैंने शॉर्ट किया. एक 15 मिनट्स कैंडल पे मुझे अच्छा प्रॉफिट मिला, फिर मैं पूरा ज्यादा क्वांटिटी उठाया शॉर्ट की, and then I thought that okay, it will be fine, but massive loss.
Don't do that. All of this shit. Don't do that. It eats up in your profits, right? What is the point?
Yeah, I agree.
Just have.
It has eaten almost all the profit. So
that's the thing, na? That's what I told you guys.
Yeah.
That's the problem, na? You just don't follow. साल भर तक एक ही क्वांटिटी रखो. क्या फायदा, मतलब एक ट्रेड में 1 लाख बनाने का और अगले ट्रेड में फिर वापस 1 लाख देने का, फिर मतलब क्या है? घर भी तो ले जाओ पैसे.
agree. But pinned, I mean, as you suggested, उसके levels बहुत मस्त थे. Very much predicted, 110% I would say, or 1000%. It worked strictly accordingly whatever you suggested. But I was thinking कि वो 2200 तक नीचे आएगा, but वो थोड़ा सा पहले reversal दिया. But I made very good money and I was very happy. Still I lost money, but थोड़ा सा ठीक है, मैंने fumble किया, but still I'm very happy with this call.
Yeah, but that's the thing, guys. Just be disciplined here. If you're not disciplined, making money in market will never be a long-term thing for you. It will always be like this only. कि एक में बना, एक में गया. So you'll have to have one technique, follow all those things, be disciplined every day, every trade, every minute. 1 minute also you don't follow what you have planned, you will get screwed.
I agree.
Yeah, so don't do that.
So ये Pi Industries का अभी क्या है? It will go up.
It looks positive. Even see the volume is also good. तो इसीलिए मुझे याद आ गया कि अगर अभी भी नहीं निकले हो तो निकल जाओ, नहीं तो
नहीं सर, नहीं अभी it would have been बंद करना पड़ता था मुझे सब कुछ.
Anyway,
Thank you.
Petronet, Gujarat Gas, Pfizer. Pfizer is also looking very negative. Yeah, not that nothing. Of course, अच्छा देखो, कभी भी मार्केट में अगर ऐसी कैंडल्स दिखें, इसको बार्ब्ड वायर बोलते हैं, ऐसे कैंडल्स जब भी दिखें, बी वेरी कॉशियस, डोंट ट्रेड. Whenever you see such candles, don't trade. These are the most difficult candlestick patterns to actually trade or understand. Okay, these are like अजीब candles हैं. You should always avoid. Even अगर 5 कोई भी chart देख रहे हो, if you find something like this forming, just ignore that chart, move on, leave it. But these are always very bad. You cannot predict कि ऊपर जाएगा नीचे जाएगा after this. Okay, because this is various type of explanation. Down move हुआ, छोटे छोटे candle, मतलब strength is going away and then you can expect an up move. It can also mean कि down move हुआ, now a consolidation, then there is a downtrend. So these are the candles which you should be most cautious of, and you should always avoid if you ever see them in market. इसको स्पॉट्स में डालो. तो जब यहाँ से सारे जितने भी स्टॉक्स हैं, यू गाइस टेल मी किसमें क्या दिख रहे हैं. मैं तो ऐसे बताता ही रहूंगा. There won't be any kind of learning. Tell me what you will do in NTPC. How does it look? NTPC में क्या करना चाहिए? Anyone?
Sir,
चलो
looks
अभिषेक बताओ. Let me just
सुबह तो काफी मतलब बेरिश लग रहा है,
बेरिश लग रहा
लेकिन
है.
ये ना अपने
ये अपने मतलब एक तरीके से कंसोलिडेशन जोन में है।
देखो ऐसे नहीं करते हैं, इसीलिए बोलता हूँ ना, इसीलिए मैं पूछ रहा था, बिकॉज सीख नहीं रहे हो आप लोग वेबिनार का कुछ, मेरे को लग रहा है जैसे फायदा ही नहीं है। पहले ट्रेंड लाइन बनाओ, अब भी बताओ, अब देखो चेंज हो गया व्यू ना, यू कैन नॉट सेल हियर, यू विल हैव टू वेट फॉर इट टू ब्रेक इट। तो देखो हाउ आई मतलब जैसे मैं एनालाइज करता हूँ, सीखने की कोशिश करो, ऐसे नहीं होगा फिर। जस्ट अटेंडिंग वेबिनार्स इज नॉट गोइंग टू हेल्प यू। एंड एक चीज और मैं बता दूं, चाहे कोई कितना भी कॉल दे ले, पढ़ा ले, समझा ले, unless and until you learn yourself in market, you will never make money in long term. That's a fact. विष्णु भगवान भी आके बैठ जाए रोज तुम्हें बताएं ये खरीदना ये बेचना, you will not make money unless you know how to do it. And that's why I always say focus on learning things. Unless you learn, नहीं बनने वाले हैं पैसे, लॉन्ग टर्म में नहीं बनेंगे। एक महीने बनेंगे, एक महीने जाएगा, फिर एक महीने बनेगा, फिर अगले महीने जाएगा, यही होगा। So learn first. Try to learn from all these webinars, कैसे analyze करते हैं, क्या क्या देखना होता है, and then only you can trade. So NTPC again, like this trend line goes, then only you can short. Without it, abhi right now you cannot say that will you short or be long. So you just keep it in watch list. Trent, anyone? चलो धीरज आप बताओ।
सर ये इस कैंडल के लो के नीचे का ही सेल आएगा या
क्यों?
तो मतलब 2 दिन पहले की कैंडल है, ग्रीन कैंडल, उसका भी लो जाएगा और प्रीवियस डे का भी लो जाएगा।
देखो सही बोल रहे हो, ये तुम्हारा एक तरह से पोल है जिसका ये फ्लैग है, ठीक है, और ऑब्वियसली पोल एंड फ्लैग में नीचे का अगर गया देन यू लुक टू सेल।
टारगेट वुड बी 1000 के आसपास बिकॉज वहाँ डिमांड जोन बन रहा है।
एग्जैक्टली, ठीक है, टारगेट 1000 रुपये का टारगेट रख लो, और इसके नीचे जाए सेल कर दो। ठीक है, सो ऐसे इसी सीखने पे फोकस करो, फिर यू कैन ट्रेड, एंड दीज थिंग्स अप्लाई एवरीवेयर। दिस इज प्राइस एक्शन, इंट्राडे में भी द सेम थिंग्स हैपन। चलो स्वप्निल आप बताओ यहाँ पे क्या करना है।
अगर आरती इंडस्ट्रीज अगर ट्रेंड लाइन बनाते हैं तो वो अप साइड ही दिखा रहा है।
देखो इसमें ट्रेंड लाइन अभी बनाओगे कि नहीं मतलब कहाँ क्या क्या किसमें ट्रेंड लाइन बनाओगे?
ट्रेंड लाइन मतलब अभी थोड़ा ट्रेंड ऐसे दिख रहा है कि
दिस इज द ट्रेंड लाइन इन दिस।
हाँ वहाँ सही।
ठीक है, इट हैज ब्रोकन द ट्रेंड लाइन, नाउ व्हाट?
But even if it is broken, then I think it will go up because RSI भी upside direction दिखा रहा है।
तो लग जाना तो इसको ऊपर चाहिए, लेकिन तुम्हारा एक्सप्लेनेशन गलत है।
Oh, okay.
Okay, see the reason it will, why I'll be bullish on this, it broke the trend line, okay, but then there is a kind of a double bottom formation here which happened, and then you go on a lower time frame again to find yourself entries and all. Okay, so here you see this was the first entry, this was the high 1 entry, this was high 2 entry, smaller time frame तुम्हें ये trend line मिलेगा, and here you can buy with a small stop loss, ये 993 का stop loss रख के you can buy. Kind of a scalp kind of a trade जिसमें तुम टारगेट 1026 से ज्यादा अभी नहीं रख सकते हो। Once it goes above 1026, in that case you can look for bigger targets. Okay, so trade, once you enter, you have to keep managing it. Okay, but anyway, don't trade in this. Okay, just for learning.
Sir, one thing I have learned while observing आपको देखकर जो आप ट्रेंड लाइंस ड्रॉ करते हो, तो मैंने देखा है जब भी लार्जर टाइम फ्रेम होता है, स्पेशली वीकली वाला, तो आप कोई भी इमीडिएट कैंडल स्किप नहीं करते हो। मोस्टली मैंने बहुत सारे जो दूसरे एनालिस्ट को कभी देखा होगा यूट्यूब वगैरह पर, वो ट्रेंड लाइन में सिंपल मैचिंग करते हैं, एक बड़ी कैंडल, उसके बाद उसके जितना मर्जी डिस्टेंस पर स्किप करके दूसरी कैंडल, तीसरी कैंडल की विक को ज्वाइन कर देते हैं। बट मैंने आपको देखा है कि आप हमेशा लार्जर टाइम फ्रेम पर 1 2 3 जितनी कैंडल्स इमीडिएटली उसकी विक होती है उसको ज्वाइन करते हैं।
तो ट्रेंड का वही है ना यार, डेफिनेशन ही क्या है ट्रेंड की? मूवमेंट इन वन पर्टिकुलर डायरेक्शन. So if something which is moving in one particular direction and it's following a trend, all the points should lie on that particular trend line. नहीं तो बाकी चीज के लिए तो मूविंग एवरेज भी है ना. जैसे देखो ये मूविंग एवरेज लगा है, एवरीथिंग इज नॉट लाइंग ऑन इट. Why draw even a trend line if both are same?
Yes, that's a very valid point. तो बहुत सारे लोग जो देखा है मैंने वो ब्रेकआउट चैनल्स और ये सब कुछ बनाते हैं कि ये देखो ये स्टॉक ये जाने वाला है, तो वो डेली टाइम फ्रेम पर भी इवन वीकली टाइम फ्रेम पर भी स्किप करते हैं बहुत सारी कैंडल्स को।
है ना? अब जैसे देखो यहाँ पे अगर देखो बना सकते लेकिन उसका कोई फायदा नहीं है ना. That's why people keep also big stop losses. You see people on CNBC, they come DLF में अब they will give you a trade, they will say कि 390 पे खरीदना है, 350 का स्टॉप लॉस रख के. साला 3000 क्वांटिटी उसका है, who will keep 1,20,000 का स्टॉप लॉस एंड ट्रेड, right? So you keep. I can also like here I can make one trend line like this, you know, like.
Yes, that's very right sir. ये
Yeah.
वाली ये जो
But-
आपने भी ड्रॉ करी ना, ज्यादातर लोग ये वाली करते हैं।
हाँ, अब ऐसी ट्रेंड लाइन बनाने का मुझे फायदा क्या है? अब यहाँ पे तो फिर मैं तुम्हें बोलूंगा ट्रेंड लाइन के ऊपर है, मतलब बाई है, यहाँ पे बाई कर लो, ये स्टॉप लॉस रख लो. अब सोचो 1000 रुपए में बाई किया, 850 का स्टॉप लॉस रखा, 150 पॉइंट का स्टॉप लॉस है. आरती इंडस्ट्री समथिंग अराउंड 1200 या 1300 का लॉट साइज है. फिर अगेन 1 लाख का, 1 लाख के स्टॉप लॉस पे कौन ट्रेडिंग करता है? अब उसके लिए तो मतलब तुम्हें सबके पास 1.5 करोड़ का होना चाहिए और 10-10 लॉट लोग बाई कर रहे हो. एंड इवन देन इट डजंट मेक सेंस, बिकॉज अगर मैं 150 पॉइंट का स्टॉप लॉस रख रहा हूँ तो साला मेरा टारगेट भी तो मिनिमम 300 पॉइंट का होना चाहिए ना, राइट? सो दीज थिंग्स आर गुड फॉर इन्वेस्टिंग. अगर मुझे इन्वेस्ट करना हो देन आई विल बी लाइक हाँ दिस इज इन अ कंटिन्यूअस अप ट्रेंड एंड आई बाई समथिंग, आई विल बी लाइक चलो ये इधर एक ट्रेंड लाइन है, शुडंट ब्रेक, सो आई विल बाई एंड आई विल कीप ए स्टॉप लॉस ऑफ 850 फॉर माय इन्वेस्टमेंट. ट्रेडिंग के लिए नहीं. एक ट्रेडिंग तुम्हें महीने भर का चीज है. एट मैक्स एक फ्यूचर 1 महीना वैलिडिटी. अब उस 1 महीने में यू कैन एक्सपेक्ट कीपिंग 10% का स्टॉप लॉस एंड ऑल, राइट? 1000 रुपए का शेयर है, 150 पॉइंट इज लाइक 15% स्टॉप लॉस. 15% स्टॉप लॉस लगा के थोड़ा ना इंसान ट्रेड करेगा. दैट इज चुतियापा. देयर इज नो पॉइंट ड्राइंग ऑल सच ट्रेंड लाइंस. वो सब बेकार है, वो बातें करने के लिए अच्छी चीजें हैं वो सब. ट्रेंड लाइन का सिंपल सा हिसाब है, get maximum points on your trend line. That's it. Like even sometimes you will have confusion कि tail से करना है, closing से करना है. Simple logic है कि जितने ज्यादा से ज्यादा पॉइंट तुम्हारे ट्रेंड लाइन पे हैं, that is the correct trend line. Simple. It's also looking bad. रिलायंस में प्रॉब्लम क्या है ना कि फ्राइडे लो के नीचे भी अगर सेल करते हैं तो ये यहाँ पर जो स्विंग लो था इसका, ये स्विंग जो हुआ था, that is very closer. The risk reward becomes very low. So the only place, the only place you can sell is below this, okay? Or you make this trend line, you know, and you sell on this trend line. So there are only two places where you can sell, either below this 2300, 2300 के नीचे ट्रेड सेल किया जा सकता है, और या तो ट्रेंड लाइन पे. नाउ प्रॉब्लम ये है कि 2300 के नीचे यहाँ पे गया था, ट्रैप करके लोगों को बहुत ऊपर फिर आया. तो इसके नीचे जाए तो सेल करो 5 मिनट पे, कीप ए स्टॉप लॉस स्मॉल वन, ओके? डोंट लुक टू डू अ स्विंग ट्रेड इमीडिएटली. अगर वो 5 मिनट का स्टॉप लॉस जाता है, विच देयर माइट बी हाई चांसेस, यू शुड एग्जिट इट. Okay, because this might end up something like this. Okay, but it will be a sell below this. It is also a sell below 2320, वही last Friday के low के नीचे. अब वो 5 minute candle पे देख लेना. If risk reward is good because this will be your target 2300, तो 15 रुपए का आपका target है. अगर 5 रुपए का stop loss मिल रहा है 5 minute में, in that case you take that short trade. Yeah. और अगर 5 रुपए से ज्यादा, मान लो 10 रुपए का स्टॉप लॉस मिल रहा है 5 मिनट कैंडल, इन दैट केस लीव इट बिकॉज 1:1 का आपका अगर रिस्क रिवॉर्ड है देन लीव दैट ट्रेड. Okay, so that's how you decide whether you have to take the trade or not, but looks like a sell as of now. Can Bank is a clear cut sell again, but ये साला यहाँ पे sell करना था 264 पे. अब थोड़ा ये 257 के नीचे जाएगा तभी वो लोग इसको होता है.
कैन बैंक का चार्ट बिल्कुल बैंक ऑफ बड़ौदा के लास्ट वीक के चार्ट की तरह है, जो जहां आपने कॉल दिया था एक.
या अभी इसको तुरंत सेल नहीं करेंगे, छोड़ देते हैं इसको. ये भी सेल है. देखो क्लास खत्म होने के बाद मैंने अपलोड द वीडियो, आप लोग रात में बैठो, एक एक स्टॉक जो एनालाइज हुआ है देखो, उसमें से अपने स्टॉक्स चुनो, कुछ अपने जैसे मैं यहाँ पे मार्क करता हूँ. नाउ यू डोंट नीड टू ऑलवेज डू ऑल ऑफ दिस. इनमें से कुछ यू कीप इन योर वॉच लिस्ट, नॉट ऑल. 2-3 यू कीप इन योर वॉच लिस्ट. यहाँ these I look, these ones I'm going to trade tomorrow, these ones I'll buy, these ones I'll sell. So you make your own watch list of buy, sell, and all those things. Make your own trade plan and then accordingly you have to trade the next day. I keep so many of them in watch list because I can take actually all those trades if they appear. So you guys need to keep things in your watch list basis your capital. कि हाँ मेरे पास अगर 5 लाख कैपिटल है, एक ट्रेड कल ले रहे हो, अगर एक ही ले सकते हो, ठीक है. दो सारा कैपिटल एक जगह लगाने की जरूरत नहीं, एक ही बार एक लो, रखो का अलग पैसा, दूसरे 1-2 और वॉच लिस्ट में रख लो. वीक में जब भी उसमें ट्रिगर आए देन यू टेक द अदर ट्रेड. Yeah, so you need to plan your trades. Comments, Tata Power. Hello guys, done. Let's see now this week.
Ashutosh, can you tell us a little bit about inside candles, if you know about it? बहुत बार सुना है, apparently it's used for intraday trading.
See, this is inside candle. You देख रहे हो? A candle which lies within its previous candle is called inside candle. And what you have heard, first you tell me, then I'll tell you what you have heard is right, or I'll tell you my view, because most of the time my view is very different and the way I see it. So what do you understand by an inside candle?
It's more about unless it closes above or below the previous candle, that's where you trade basically. I mean, in the direction of where it closes.
Where it closes, can you like elaborate? Like this one has closed below, you mean, or like you are saying कि a close above the inside candle is a buy and below is a sell?
हाँ, exactly that. Yeah.
Okay. नहीं देखो ऐसा नहीं होता है. Inside candle flag and pole से आया है, ठीक है. Whenever the inside candle is of the same, like this is a bullish candle, right? This green one. अब अगर ये green होता, ये बस candle green होता, बाकी हर चीज same होती. अगर ये green होता, in that case I would have looked to buy. Okay. On closing above. हाँ. लेकिन क्योंकि ये red है, my bias will be more towards selling. Okay, so it's not about just being an inside candle. It's also about if it is a bullish inside candle or a bearish inside candle, and then where it is forming. Like this inside candle, this is all of these inside candles are forming near this supply zone. You see. So this is forming near the supply zone, and then it is bearish in nature. So it is a signal of a reversal trend. Okay, same
Huh.
had it been green, okay, then in that case it would have acted like a flag and pole ka consolidation, and instead of selling I would have looked at buying it above the high.
Got it. Yeah.
Okay. And chalo guys, then enjoy your weekend. I'll get this whole thing uploaded by 10:30 or 11. Yeah? And then after
Ashutosh,
that,
again,
yeah.
even in this inside candle ka example that you've given, the one, the peak towards the left, it's more
That is
of an
not inside
engulfing,
candle.
right?
This is an outside candle.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Because this candle range is more than the previous candle. So this is an outside candle. So you see, it's not important actually. Inside, outside, people just say to remember. Doesn't matter. देखो यहाँ पे outside बना फिर भी नीचे आया, inside बना फिर भी नीचे आया.
Right.
All of that doesn't matter. It's about you have to understand what happened here. Yeah. Who got trapped and all. Just think like that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
अभी यार someone went long, people went long here. यहाँ तो चलो अभी इस समय तो demand zone भी नहीं था, तो अभी बना ना ये इसके बाद. First time when it went there, it was a good upward move. Next time what happened? First price went up, yeah. Then it came down. So all those people who bought at any place in this candle, they all are trapped.
Yeah.
Right? And then after one tick, it went below. So people who had gone long anywhere on this candle, they would have kept a stop loss here. Yeah. Some people would have kept here. So if you just see now, whoever went long here, okay, let's play one candle. Yeah, this was the candle it formed. Okay, now all the people who went long here, where will their stop losses be? The stop loss will be here.
Yeah.
Okay, some will be here. कुछ एकदम जो गरीब टाइप के लोग होंगे एकदम यहाँ पर रखेंगे, right? So these are the two places where you have stop losses. Now what happened? Next candle closed below this. Yeah. So all these people whose stop losses are there were gone. They will now panic and they will look to now sell it on the next one. Yeah, because they will exit it. They had bought it. Now they will exit it. And once they start selling, and the next one goes. That's when you see the bigger fall. And then it continues. Right? You see?
Yeah.
Because now all these are very small candles. Uske pehle jitne bhi the, they are like small candles. So like there was not much, people who were strong hands to hold it. So now then market just fell. And then again you saw this trend line came into picture. And this is where you will see some kind of support coming in. Yeah, see, got it?
Yeah, got it.
So that's how. And then again, you see now this fall, how it came, because here you see it went up, again it got sold. So now you know again that sellers are still strong. And then you keep a sell order where? Here. Just below this. Okay? Because these are like bottoms in small demand zone. So you keep a sell order below this. The moment it crossed, you sell it. Again, hold it with this stop loss. Okay, so that's how you have to trade.
Yeah,
it's
got
about
it.
Who is getting trapped where. Anyway. Hello guys, take care, enjoy your weekend, and do watch the videos and make your own plans. Else कॉल्स से नहीं पैसे बनते हैं, ना आज बने हैं ना कल बनेगा, कभी किसी का नहीं बनता. So focus on learning part more. चलो, take care everyone, bye bye.
Goodbye sir.
Bye.